I'm Terry O'Mahony. I was originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and as I was growing up, I was always looking for a mentor and someone who could really answer a lot of questions that I had about music, particularly jazz. And so I ended up, through a series of interesting circumstances, ending up meeting Jeff Hamilton and going to study with him in the mid-'80s. And then I was there for a few years, and then he recommended me for a teaching job in Nova Scotia, and I've been teaching at St. Francis Xavier University since 1986. While I was in Los Angeles studying with Jeff Hamilton, I had the great fortune of meeting Michael Vosbein, who was also a student of Jeff's, and we both sort of grew up together musically in Los Angeles studying with Jeff. And when Mike got in on starting a cymbal company, I was very happy to see that, because we were always talking about cymbals and playing cymbals and trying to find good cymbals and have access to good cymbals. I was studying with Jeff Hamilton in the 1980s, and he got a call from someone who was looking for someone to do some teaching in a university, and Jeff recommended me for the job, but I didn't have a current tape of my playing at that particular point, so Jeff said, "That's no problem. I have a little 4-track recording set up in my living room, so why don't you come over? I'll get you a bass player and a piano player, and we'll make up a tape for you." So I said, "That's fine." So I went over, and I got there early and knocked on the door, and the bass player was there, and I met him, Luther, and I was setting up, and we started to play a little bit, and then the knock on the door, and this blonde woman came in, and he said, "Oh, Terry, this is your piano player, Diana." "Oh, hey, Diana, nice to meet you." So we played 3 tunes, and I paid her $50 and didn't really think too much about it. Then a few years later, I said, "Hey, I think that's the piano player I used on my audition tape." It turned out to be Diana Krall. So I don't think she works for $50 anymore. But anyway, so I used the tape, and apparently it was good enough to pass the audition. And so I've been teaching at St. Francis Xavier University in Nova Scotia since 1986. And part of that is having good equipment, and that's certainly what Crescent Cymbals enables me to do, is play my best because they sound great. Of course, I'm still active as a player as well as an educator. I do a lot of orchestral work, theater work, as well as jazz and some recording work. So between those 3 worlds, I managed to stay pretty active and have a good time. I enjoy very much the variety of music that I get to play. I'm not sort of pigeonholed into one thing and left uninspired if I'm playing this for a while and then that for a while, and that's nice. I like that variety. I have several books that are published by Hal Leonard, Motific Drum Set Soloing, and another book called Jazz Drumming Transitions. Motific Drum Set Soloing is about how to create cohesive drum solos using orchestral and motific concepts. Jazz Drumming Transitions is a book that concentrates on changing from one style to another, say from bossa nova to swing, from mambo to Afro-Cuban, and that sort of challenge. Also, there's some interesting sort of unusual big band charts in the back that do some things with metric modulations and present the drummer with some soloing opportunities over vamps and as well as open blowing situations. I have a new book coming out, which is published by Hal Leonard, called 100 Essential Drum Set Lessons, and I'm very excited about that. I think it'll be a great learning experience for a lot of people that cover a broad spectrum of music, and hope you enjoyed the video.